The following program is presented by Pro Sound and Video.
Today at Broward Teen News, we're here at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School to learn all about the home of the Eagles.
Stay tuned to learn about how art students are drawing for a cause,
how MSD's Color Guard is adopting new recruits,
how one group of South Floridians honor traditional American dance,
and much more. Hello and welcome to Broward Teen News Marjory Stoneman Douglas High Edition. I'm Melissa Azzarito.
And I'm Deborah Medeiros. Today we're going to showcase some of the amazing things happening here in the Nest.
Like our first story, where Stoneman Douglas art students found the perfect way to help out our furry friends.
The art program here at MSD is partnering up with the Broward Humane Society to help get more of these possum pals into their perfect homes. The students at our very own 2D studio art class have decided to help out to get more animals adopted in our community.
We are collaborating with Broward Humane Society because we want to get involved in the community, and also we have just a general love for pets and animals.
The assignment for the students starts off with each student choosing to adopt a pet from the shelter's website, or in other words, choosing which pet to draw and advertise.
I think that when we do draw them, the owners or new owners will look, and it can show the personality of how they are on the drawing.
These works of art are showing off many different kinds of animals people can adopt, and for many different personal reasons.
I chose a guinea pig. The animal was kind of cute, kind of stood out to me.
I chose a pit bull mix named Lita because pit bulls don't have a high chance of getting adopted, so I thought doing something to pick it would get a higher chance.
This assignment isn't just an opportunity to improve art skills, but one that also gets students interested in helping out the community and to show off their own love of animals.
I reached out to Broward Humane Society and they came out and they did a presentation, and obviously all of these are going to be donated in hopes that it'll help them get adopted quicker and find a lovely home.
This is sure to be a positive development for the animals at the shelter and is sure to lead to more creative acts of service. I'm Riley Walsh with WMSD TV News.
Up next, reporter Julia Levine spotlights 3 middle school students with high school level skills.
Being the youngest on a team is not easy. You might not have as much experience as everyone else, or people might not take you seriously. But not for these girls. Mackenzie J., Danielle Ross, and Kiara Kleinfield are students who currently attend Westglades Middle School. However, their talent in the performing arts has gained them a spot on the high school color guard.
I think we decided to recruit middle schoolers because when we do, it teaches them an early type of responsibility, and it also gives them a sense of belonging.
Color guard is a team where dancers perform a routine using batons, flags, or other equipment to dance alongside a marching band. When the MSD Color Guard came to Westglades to recruit middle schoolers, that's when these 3 girls knew this is what they were meant to do.
I've liked dancing, so I thought color guard would be fun, and I tried it out and ended up working.
Even though the girls love color guard, being on the high school team with a middle school schedule can be really difficult. After their school gets out, they go straight to MSD, where our high schoolers have already been practicing for an hour.
Sometimes it can be hard because I have a lot of homework that I have to get done, and I have to rush to get it done, and it's hard.
The girls are all very easy to work with and very talented in the high school color guard, despite them going to a different school and their age difference. As Mackenzie, Danielle, and Kiara perform at the school's football games and at color guard competition, they show everyone at Stoneman Douglas exactly why they're meant to be here. This is Julia Levine reporting for WMSD TV.
You can experience all forms of dancing in South Florida, from salsa, breakdancing, even clogging. This next story shares about this unique form of art.
All right, SFC, are you ready? Yeah! Let's go! I'm Rebecca Vetter, aka Miss Becky, and I'm the director of the South Florida Cloggers. Clogging is a true American dance. It was born and raised in the United States. It's from the Appalachian Mountains. It started off as flat footing, and it's evolved through the years. Just like America, clogging is a melting pot of different forms of dance. The South Florida Cloggers is my baby. We started 11 years ago. We've made a very special group with the South Florida Cloggers, and I tell them all the time that they are 100% my dream team. Here in South Florida, we're it. We're the only group that does what we do. And so that's exciting in itself. We're the largest group in the state of Florida. Everybody okay? There's something that comes with clogging that is extremely entertaining. The minute that our taps hit the ground, the crowd comes alive. They're energetic, they're clapping with us, they're happy to be there, they want more, they never want us to end, and they're constantly looking for what are they gonna do next. People are very stereotypical when they clogging, and they think of big wooden shoes, or they think of petticoats, these giant skirts. But I love the fact that when they come into the studio, when they see the energy that we have on stage, they absolutely fall in love with it. And now it's a lifestyle, not just a hobby, a lifestyle.
And to our next, hey, get off your phone.
Sorry, I'm just so addicted.
Well, here's a PSA of the dangers of social media addictions.
Your phone.
The impact of art goes beyond words. Let's hear about how Douglas art students are restoring an important school mural.
Starting only a few weeks ago, the National Art Honor Society has begun working on the large art mural located on the side of the 900 building at MSD. Rather than painting over it, the club decided it would be better to restore the mural to its former glory. Mrs. Lieberman, the sponsor of NAHS, came up with the initial idea.
So the mural was painted by the artist Kelsey Montague, and she came on campus directly after the shooting and painted these beautiful wings and balloons. And her vision was for the mural to be something uplifting, positive after such tragedy.
The mural's original meaning has a very strong connection to the community and the history of our school. Because of its significance, it is extremely important for the mural to be maintained and kept beautiful. The mural is not only culturally important, but also serves as an effort towards the beautification of the school. Various students and community members encourage this practice and find it important.
This is important because it represents how our community fought through hard times and keeps the memory alive.
Although NAHS has been putting hard work into restoring the mural, it will take time. Due to the size and intricacy of the art piece, the work they do will likely span the entire school year. Once the mural is finished, Mrs. Lieberman hopes to hold a grand reopening of the mural in which people get to experience the mural for themselves. This is Isabella LeCarey reporting for WMSD TV News.
At MSD, we like to get a little spooky. Here's reporter Grace Bird to tell you about Douglas Drama's annual Halloween event.
It's back. Fall-O-Ween is an event enjoyed by many families of the Parkland community. Kid-friendly, Disney-themed activities including sweet treats. What else could you ask for? But unlike any year before, it returned better than ever, with fears and frights throughout the night.
There's no way that I want anyone to walk out and be like, wasn't that scary? I want it to be a Halloween Horror Nights level production with a budget of a school. Last year was all happy, Disney and fun, which is we love, and that's why we're bringing it back. But we also like tradition at MSD Drama, and we want something scary, something new.
MSD's drama department hosted the event on October 29th. While bearing the same name as last year's celebration, Fall-O-Ween's fear factor was amplified to a whole new level. But the newest, most popular attraction, the Fright Night Fear Maze held in Marjory's garden.
I thought they really made it a lot more interesting, and I thought the maze was really creative, and I did get scared at some parts. I went in with some friends, and we were all screaming, and it kind of made it a lot more funny.
However, Fall-O-Ween never strays from originality. Stations with Disney-themed activities littered MSD's campus with entertainment, music, and most importantly, candy. Venues included games like musical chairs, inflatable bowling, and a cakewalk.
It's so fun. It'll be a great time for everyone. Come in costume and really enjoy the night.
Make sure to never go in that garden alone. This is Grace Bird reporting for WMSD TV News.
We have some incredibly talented students at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. Here's a silent film directed by one of them, Cassidy Tarr.
Here at Broward Teen News, we have the pleasure of working with other schools in the area to find out what's going on in South Florida.
Here's a story from Seminole Ridge High School on how one organization is stepping up to rescue animals after a hurricane.
In the wake of Hurricane Ian's devastation of Florida, many local businesses and organizations have taken a hard hit. However, some who are fortunate enough to have escaped the brunt of this natural disaster are giving back to their community. Big Dog Ranch Rescue in South Florida is one organization that is making a significant impact on rescuing stranded animals amidst the hurricane's destruction.
We've actually went twice to Sarasota and other various places and actually taken their dogs because they had to evacuate.
We brought back already 40 dogs from the Fort Myers area, and we've sent our bus back to go pick up some more. So we always bring in dogs.
However, this philanthropic work does not always go according to plan.
We are over capacity, probably around 100 extra dogs than we should have.
Thankfully, there are many opportunities for people in the community to help Big Dog Ranch in their humanitarian pursuits.
We're always in need of volunteers, even without a natural disaster, and donations and monetary donations.
Efforts made by individuals to support the cause is valued by the ranch, and they assure that nothing will go to waste.
All the food that's being donated, we are putting on our bus and sending right up to Fort Myers and all those affected areas.
Aside from donations, the most efficient way to support the animals is by adopting or fostering.
Basically, once you take an animal outside of the shelter, you are freeing up space for that we can pull another dog from another rescue or kill shelter per se. Therefore, you're actually saving more than one life, you're saving two.
Big Dog Ranch is working persistently in order to provide sanctuary for animals that have been threatened due to recent natural disasters. For WISH Extra, I'm Brooke McGrath.
Next, reporter Leilani Firetag tells us how an empanada can change a life.
Here in West Palm Beach, Florida, lies a little house, and inside, someone with a big heart. This heart belongs to Lysandra Vidal and her love for cooking.
I just like the joy that it gives other people. People are excited when they eat something that's good or that tastes good, and I just like to see them excited.
Lysandra's love for cooking has reached many people, and it all started with a post.
Maybe I expected that there would be maybe like 5 or 10 people would respond to it, and I would get a couple orders out of it.
But this couldn't have been more wrong. Just 5 days after Lysandra's first post, she made and sold 300 empanadas and at least 100 cookies.
Behind this store is where the magic happens. Empanadas are what launched her successful business, but there's a special meaning behind these tasty treats.
My son, he just really likes empanadas, but they're really hard to make. And then one day I was just like, I'm just gonna make them for him. And there was 3 extra, so I just took a picture of it and I just posted it online. And I knew that I needed to do that to be able to pay my rent and provide for my kids.
And Lysandra was able to do just that. Just 2 weeks after that first post, orders came flooding in. She was able to pay off her rent, bills, and even send her 3 kids to their first ever football game.
It was just surprising that complete strangers would help me, and just a big group of moms would go out of their way to support me and my family.
Help from strangers is not the only support that Lysandra is getting.
Mostly the empanadas where we'd put the meat in, fold it, and then get the fork, put it down. That's the main thing I do.
Although this family had to go through a difficult time, they realized there is a silver lining to their situation.
like over the past, I've just like, cause we started off like not so well, but now like that she's grown so much from back then, it's like helps you a lot to know that change is possible.
It's taught me never to give up, because since she doesn't give up, that means I don't have to.
I think that if I didn't go through what I went through, like, I just wouldn't be in this place. So I think everything happens for a reason.
Lissandra's business is rapidly growing and is taking over as a full-time job. It all started with just one post and a leap of faith. For WSRH Extra, I'm Leilani Firetag.
Now passing it off to Immaculata LaSalle High School to show us how one girl got to realize her Disney dreams.
Crossing the divide has always been a challenge for Isabella Puglisi, a young girl from South Florida. But one day, Disney came calling, which led her to embark on a dream that only 100 out of 20,000 kids get to experience every year.
When I was a sophomore in March of 2022, I attended the Disney Dreamers Academy. It is a 4-day leadership retreat through the Walt Disney World Company, and you meet celebrities like Steve Harvey, Caroline Wanga, the CEO of Reebok was there, VPs of accounting, marketing in the company, and you get to do lots of leadership and workshops with a bunch of other amazing kids from around the country.
Bella Puglisi is a phenomenal, one-of-a-kind, unique student, and after a decade and a half of working with some of the most talented and brightest kids that have ever passed through LaSalle's campus and classrooms, Bella really stands out because she reminds me of a chess player, because she sees the big picture and she's always thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 moves ahead of the game. So this has allowed her to be really disciplined, and for years and years, even before she was at LaSalle and during the pandemic, she kept up all of her service commitments. And the thing that has made Bella unique is that she's started with a service project and then was able to identify that there was some other service needed, that there was a gap, and then went about creating opportunities for herself to fill that gap. For example, creating her app, the accolades and the awards from the Disney program, which is extraordinary.
This program has not only pushed her beyond her comfort zone, but it has also led her to accomplish great things, and even start her own nonprofit.
We created a nonprofit called Blue Sky Initiative. We are essentially creating a STEM-based competition for underprivileged high schoolers to apply to. Along with this, I am a now program director for the Miami Gardens chapter of Acing Autism. Acing Autism is a nonprofit that connects kids with autism to the sport of tennis, where we work on socializing skills, playing tennis, and having fun.
Along with this, Isabella was asked to be an ambassador for Acing Autism, which only 5 people around the country get to experience.
I'm going to be taking over Instagram, running an Instagram, doing guest stories, doing lives, and traveling around the country to professional tournaments to lead sessions for Acing Autism.
We all know Disney is a place of joy, but for Isabella, it has become a life-changing opportunity. From Immaculata LaSalle High School, I'm Joaquin Martinelli, reporting.
Hey, are you busy this weekend?
I don't think so. Why?
I just saw this amazing commercial for the Parkland Farmers Market. Let's watch.
At the Parkland's Farmers Market, kids, adults, and even dogs can have fun with countless people from across the city of Parkland, with different types of foods and drinks that will melt your taste buds. You want to make your way over to the Parkland's Farmers Market whenever it's in town.
I love the Parkland Farmers Market.
I like the food and the icing.
For more information, check out cityofparkland.org.
Bang, baby!
Now learn from reporter Josh Cramison on how JROTC honors September 11th.
On September 12th, JROTC Eagles Battalion held its annual tribute to 9/11. The event was held throughout the entire school day as cadets stood in front of a model of the Twin Towers, as well as a list of all the names of the victims taken from us just 21 years ago. As tragic as it may be, September 11th, 2001 still stands as one of the most important days in the history of the United States.
Tribute to 9/11 that we do every year is in honor of the fallen. One, it's to make sure that we never forget what happened on that terrible day. It was an important day in U.S. history, and doing the tribute ensures that we never forget.
Every year since 9/11 occurred, JOTC has held an honorary memorial for those that we lost. Although no current MSD students were alive in 2001, many of them still look back on the tragic events that happened that day.
So I think that paying tribute to 9/11 is actually really important, as it was a really big event that ended up, impacting a lot of things internationally, which I guess makes it a high priority for JROTC.
September 11th is also a significant day for MSD as well, as our previous head of security, Richard Wentz, passed away in 2013 due to 9/11 related illnesses. Since then, a memorial for him has been built in front of the main gate. Even so many years later, 9/11 continues to permanently reshape the country.
It absolutely is a significant day in history, and even though it happened 21 years ago, even to this day, we still feel the effects, the fallout. A lot of what we see on our daily lives are because of what happened on that day.
Today, 9/11 stands as a time for reflection and remembrance, honoring not only those who perished but also those who attempted to save them. Your parents, teachers, and older friends are all sure to have stories from that day that will ensure that people will never forget what happened. This is Joshua Kramerson, reporting for WMSD TV News.
If you're ever in Parkland, you'd be missing out if you didn't eat at Bluefin. Reporter Lexi Padowicz shares more about this beloved restaurant with us.
In the heart of East Parkland lies Bluefin, a Japanese and Thai restaurant opened by Chef Yozo Natsui. Before moving west to Parkland, Chef Yozo was classically trained in the art of Japanese cuisine by Japanese sushi masters for 8 years, and for the past 20 years, he's been passing down his culinary knowledge to his students. Bluefin stands out with its high quality and unique flavors. Chef Yozo's secret to success is to combine Western American flavors with traditional Eastern Japanese ones. To maintain the exquisite taste of his restaurant's food, Chef Yozo handpicks the chefs that work at Bluefin. The restaurant itself has a high 4.5 rating on sites such as Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor, Grubhub, and Facebook. Critics compliment the gorgeous aroma and overall presentation of the dishes served. They also comment on the wide variety of drinks, appetizers, main courses, and desserts. Prominently featured in the menu is the restaurant's Japanese roots. Chef Yozo's dream was to be able to provide an immersive culinary experience featuring his Japanese fusion in a Western setting. He envisioned a multicultural experience that combines different kinds of flavors, textures, colors, and smells. Chef Yozo has absolutely perfected the idea of combining Eastern Asian flavors with Western American flavors to create a one-of-a-kind, delicious dining experience. If you're a high school student, you might consider picking up a book. Reporter Isabella LeCarey tells us about one book's mission to change the habits of teens.
Sean Covey's best-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, has recently made its rounds at MSD, as the school has begun to encourage reading the book. It goes through different habits students should adapt in order to become the most successful they can. BECA students, for example, have begun reading them, and some classrooms have begun holding on to them for students to read.
To be honest, I can't really remember. I just know that I've always used it in class. I always, when I first found it, felt it was very hands-on and applicable to teach students, really all people, but this book was primarily written to teens, these habits that would help them in everyday life. And from this point on, they could use these habits. So,
the 7 steps to becoming a highly effective teen include various academic and productivity-based ideas. Some of them are be proactive, make a plan with your decisions, manage your time, think positively and look towards success, and work together with others. These steps are intended to help along the process of creating projects of all kinds. Students can use these to improve their performance at school and extracurriculars. On the other end, the book also includes habits that promote self-care and rest.
I think that good habits are a big part of success, and if you truly want to be successful, then you have to be proactive and have those good habits.
Of course, it's not a requirement, but making the choice to pick up this book and add at least a few of these habits to your life could cause great change. As MSD continues to promote it, there's the hope that more teens will reach out and read this book to become highly effective teens themselves. This is Isabella LeCarey reporting for WMSD TV News.
The Douglas Drama Department is constantly raising the bar for high school productions. Here's Brandon Winklereed to tell us about their most recent performance.
But if one plays bad music, no one talks. The Douglas drama play is now here. This is the first production of the year with 2 more to come. Ms. Hertzfeld, the theater educator, has been teaching drama for the last 20 years. This year, she is putting on a play called The Importance of Being Earnest.
It is a highbrow British comedy that is simply about trivial things in life. I like to think of it as a British comedy set in the style of like a Seinfeld sitcom.
The play has been in production since the first week of school, and each play typically takes 2 to 3 months to prepare. Even though you only see a few people on stage, there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes.
In production, there are approximately 60 students that we have in the class, and everybody has a role and responsibility for each show. So whether you're on the stage or you're behind the scenes or doing publicity or design, you are part of every single production that is here.
The actors work really hard to prepare for the show, with rehearsals being about 4 hours long. It comes with its pros and cons. Along with homework and other extracurriculars, acting can become stressful. But actor Nicholas Badusa says it's worth it.
I won't lie, it is stressful when you're a senior and you're applying for colleges and studying for the SAT, but I like doing this, so it really doesn't matter if I get it out at 6 or 9:30.
This is Brandon Winkreed reporting for WMSD TV News.
Well, that wraps it up here from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High. I'm Melissa Azarito.
And I'm Deborah Medeiros. If you want to see stories like these and more, make sure to like our Broward Teen News Facebook page.
See you next time.
Broward Teen News was brought to you by ProSound and Video.